Hello guys, welcome to Ask IITian. My name is Gaurav Yadav and I hope you all are doing well, right? So guys, today we're gonna discuss a very important chapter that is algebra, right? Just guys, wait a minute, let me share my screen. Yeah, perfect. So we'll study algebra from the very basic points to complete our concept, right? We'll study about variable, constants, and equations also, right? How to solve them. So let us start. The topics we'll cover today. The topics we'll cover today and will be overview and history of algebra, right? History of algebra. First, we'll go at what algebra means, right? Then the pattern identification, then idea of variables, then the most important thing is you substituting and evaluating expression, finding the value of variables, right? Okay, finding the value of expression, it means, for example, equation is given, suppose 2x minus 4 is equal to 8. Equation is given 2x minus 4 is equal to 8 and you have to find the value of x. Find x. So what will you do, that your minus 4 will go to your RHS side, then it will become plus 4, right? So 2x will be equal to your 8, right, plus your 4. So 2x will be equal to, okay, whenever we take any sign to another side, its sign changes, whether if there is minus, right, if it goes to another side then it will become plus. There are some certain rules for your algebra, right? You have to follow them. So if any addition, then addition will go to another side, it will become subtraction, and if subtraction is there it will become addition, right, reverse. Just the same case, your multiplication will go to another side, will become division, and if your division is there, then other side it will go for multiplication, right? So a 2x will be equal to 8 plus 4, 12. Okay, so now 2 and x are multiplied here, so x will be equal to, you have to find the value of x now. X will be equal to 12. Here 2 and x are multiplied, so 2 will be divided here, right? If it goes to another side, then it 2 will be in form of division. So therefore x will be equal to your 6. This is how the algebra deals, that there are certain variables which are unknown, which are which are unknown, and you have to find their values. You have to find their values, right? And there are certain word problems, there are certain rules, right, which you have to follow to find the value of your unknown or your variable. Let us move forward, right? Okay, we'll discuss what algebra is, what is the meaning of algebra, right? So guys, algebra is a branch of mathematics that can substitute letters for numbers to find the unknown, right? In algebra you have to find the value of your unknown, like we have already taken an example, and definitely we'll do some word problems also to clear your concept regarding algebra. It can also be defined as putting real life variables into equation, right? So this line is just telling you about the word problems, right? You will be given certain word problems and then you have to put them word problems into your equations and just to find out the values, right? Several word problems are there for we'll discuss later on, right? The word algebra is derived from Arabic word algebra. Algebra is a word defined. It is an Arabic word, right, which means the reunion of broken parts. Algebra is derived from algebra, an Arabic word algebra, which means reunion of broken parts. Okay, so basically, your algebra is a branch of mathematics dealing with symbols and the rules for manipulating those symbols. Like I have already told you, right? there are certain rules which you have to follow, right? Like earlier example, 2x minus 4 is equal to 8. To find out the value of x, your minus 4 will go to another side if any sign changes, right? If you plus addition, they are algebraic, these are algebraic operations, plus subtraction. Yeah, these are basically you can say algebraic tools, right? Multiplication, your division, these are your multiplicative tools which are used to find out the value of unknown or variable. So yeah, so there are certain rules that your minus sign will go to another side, it will become positive. If your plus 8 will comes to this side, right? So you can also write 2x minus 4. Here your 8 is in positive form, plus 8. So if it comes to another side, then it will become minus of 8 is equal to 0, right? So 2x, minus 4 and minus 8, minus sign will be there and these will be added. So 8 and 4 will becomes 12 is equal to 0. Again, your minus 12 will go to another side RHS, then it will become positive, right? So 2x will be equal to 12. Here 2 and x are multiplicative, so x will be equal to 12 divided by 2, which is equal to 6, right? I think you all got the point. X is equal to 6. We'll do, definitely we'll do questions based on it, not to worry. So yeah, algebra is a branch of mathematics dealing with symbols. It deals with symbols. Symbols, yeah, right. Here symbols means your variables, right? And the rules for manipulating, like there are certain rules for manipulating those symbols. Also, there are some real life examples, or you can say real life variables, which you have to put them into your equation. There will be certain word problems which you will put them into your equation and find out the values, right? Okay, represent quantities without fixed value known as variable. Okay, definitely will do question. Then your concept will be much more clear. Pattern identification. Okay, so so now we'll discuss what variable is, right? A variable is an unknown quantity. We do not know the quantity. What is variable? Variable is unknown, right? It is not fixed. Like your fixed quantities are 5, 3. These are those numbers which you know that they will not change. They will not change, right? So these are that do not change is basically constant, and that changes is basically known as variable, right? Like you cannot change your 5 is 5, you cannot change or you cannot subtract it, right? You cannot make your 5 into your 6. I think you got the point, right? But your x is your unknown quantity. You can solve it, and like in previous question, x was equal to 6. It depends on your question, it depends on the equation, it depends on the situation, what will be the value of your variable, but a constant will remain a constant. I think you all got the point, that you cannot change. You cannot change your 5, 3, 7, minus 9, minus 12. Yeah, right. Whatever the situation is, whatever the context is, you cannot change your constant. But yes, your variable can be changes. Your variable depends on your equation. Your variable depends on your situation, right? That's why your variable is used as a tool to find out the unknown quantity, right? So variable is an unknown quantity that is prone to change. It changes, right, with the context of a situation, whatever the situation is. Like for example, you in the expression 2x plus 5, right? Expression is given 2x plus 5. 2x plus 5 is an expression. I think you all know the difference between your algebraic. There is difference between your algebraic expression and equation, right? There is a quite difference between algebraic expression and equation. Algebraic expression means combinations of variables, and like your 4x plus 5, suppose 3. 4x plus 3 is your algebraic expression, which include constants and variables. X is your variable. It's an unknown quantity variable. Generally, in maths, in mathematics, we take variables as x, y, z. Generally, we take them, right? A, B, and C. Generally, we take them. You can take any quantity, right? T, M, N, any quantity, right? So your variable and constant, right? It's a basically a combination of them. What equation is when your algebraic expression include equal sign. For example, 4x plus 3. If 4x plus 3 is equal to 5, now this is an equation. Now this is an equation. Why? Because it include equal sign. I think you all have got the point, like the difference between your algebraic expression and your algebraic equation, right? So yeah, in the expression 2x plus 5, where x will be your variable and 5 is a constant. What if your 2x plus 5, an equation is given? Suppose your 2x plus 5 is equal to 11, right? So now just find out the value of your x. So your 2x will be equal to your plus 5. Your plus 5 will go to another side and it will become minus 5. So definitely it will become minus of 5. So yeah, 2x will be equal to 11 minus 5 will be your 6. So x will be equal to 6 upon 2. That will give you x equal to 3. I think you all have got the point. What is variable, what is constant, what is algebraic expression, and what is equations. Now comes the constant, like which has fixed value. I have already told you that constant is a quantity which is a fixed value, right? Suppose your 3, 5, minus 7, minus 10. These are fixed value, you cannot change, right? So these are fixed value. In the given example, your 2x plus 5, your 5 is your constant and your x is your variable. X is your variable. Your 5 is your constant. If I give you example, write your 4y minus 9. It is still an expression where y is your variable and minus 9 is your constant, right? Idea of variable, right? In maths, a variable is an alphabet or term that represent an unknown number. This represent an unknown number. A variable is an alphabet in maths or term that represent an unknown number. The variables are especially used in the case of algebraic expression or algebra. A letter that represents an unknown number. We have already discussed what variable is. Variable, right? So basically, in maths, we generally take any alphabet or term to find out the. We just assume, right? We just assume that, for example, an equation is given: 1 plus x is equal to, let's suppose, 3. Right? You do not know the value of x. So x is basically your alphabet in your English, right? So, but in maths, x is treated as your variable. And you have to find the value of x. That's it. So your x will be equal to, the plus 1 will go to another side and will easily become your minus 1. So 3 minus 1. What is 3 minus 1, guys? 3 minus 1 is equal to your 2. Right? Basically, your unknown quantity is your variable. Right? So the variable can be classified in two categories, namely dependent variable and independent variable. So we can classify them as dependent variable and independent variable. Okay. Now comes the important chunk, right? Those were only definition, what is algebra, right? How, what is variable, what is constant. Now comes the important step. To evaluate an algebraic expression, we need to find out the value of expression. What do you mean by true evaluation or substituting expression? It means just to find out the value of your expression, just to find out the value of your variable, right? when a variable is replaced by a given number. To evaluate an expression, we substitute the given number for the variable in the expression. And that's it. Basically, the main point this line says that for substituting expression, right, you have to just find out the value of the variable. Right? If I take an example, I give 4z, 4z minus 10, 4z minus 10 is equal to 14. Just find out the value of z. Find value of z. This is the easy question, right? So you know the 4z. So let's 4z. The minus 10 will go to another side and it will become the 14 plus 10, right? So 4z will be equal to 14 plus 10 will be equal to 24. So yeah, z will be equal to 24 divided by 4. What is 24 by 4? Because 4 and z are multiplied. If 4 will go to other side, it will go in the form of division. So yeah, definitely z will be equal to 4 6 is 24. 6 divide 24 by 4. I think you all got the point. To evaluate an algebraic expression, you have to substitute a number for each variable and perform the arithmetic operation. Those were your arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, or basically you can say your arithmetic tools which you have to use, right? An example above, the variable x is equal to 6. Since 6 plus 6 is 12, if we know if we know the value of our variables, we can replace the variables with their value and their value. Like if I suppose that uh, y x, if equation is given y x plus 6 is equal to 12, find the value of x. So you also know why just looking at the equation, if something is added to 6 and it results into 12, what will be the value of that something? If you have there, if you suppose that right, you have 6 chocolates. You have 6 chocolates. What will you add if the 6 chocolates that it becomes 12? Another 6, right or not? It's just the basic rules. You have 6 chocolates. How much will you add into the 6 chocolates that it becomes 12? It is the basically the equation says, na? That you have some quantity, you have your 6 quantity. How much more you add into that quantity that it becomes 12? It's basically algebra, right? So algebra deals with the symbols and mathematical tools, right? To find the unknown quantity. Okay, now we'll do questions and you answer. We will now move to your page. Just read out the question and try to do yourself. A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. A very fast bird, right? It covers 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? Use T for flying time in minutes. The question is asking that your bird covers distance 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Right? Your bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? Just do it. Try to do yourself, guys. 1 kilometer in 1 minute, right? So if you have to just express the distance covered, right? So distance covered will be equal to in T minutes. In T minutes, we have like forget about bird, right? Like you covered 1 kilometer in 1 minute. You go 1 kilometer in 1 minute. In 2 minutes, how many kilometers you will go? If I generally ask, if you cover 1 kilometer in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, how much kilometer you will cover? Definitely you will cover 2 kilometers. In 3 minutes, how much kilometer you will cover? Definitely 3 kilometer, right? Because you are given you covered 1 kilometer in your 1 minute. Okay, so in 100 minutes, you will cover how much kilometer? 100 kilometer. So definitely distance covered in T minutes in T minutes will be equal to how much? Will be equal to how much? T into 1 kilometer. And what is T into 1? T into 1 is T kilometer. Right or not? Like in 1 kilometer, you cover 1 minute. In 2 kilometers, you will cover two. In 3 kilometers, you will cover three. So in 100 minutes, you will cover 100 kilometers. What in T minutes? T into 1 T kilometer, right? This is what the solution says. Here, distance covered in 1 minute is the 1 kilometer. Distance covered in 2 minutes will be equal to 2 kilometers. In 3 minutes, that will equal to 3 kilometers. Just the question is asking that in T minutes, how much it will cover? Definitely T kilometers. Right or not? So distance covered in T minutes will be equal to distance covered in 1 minute into flying time. Your flying time is given to T. T into 1 will equal to kilometer. Okay, so there are several questions you have to do, right? Just go through them, do by yourself, right? And just match your answers, right? I'm going to do them. Just pause the video and try to do yourself. Okay, let me number them, right? This is first, your second, third, fourth, five, six, seven. 8 questions are for you for your practice to find out the value of your variable for your algebraic equation, right? Just try to do yourself, right? Pause the video, try to do yourself. I'm just solving them, right? And match the answer. First question says your minus 3 plus 2x will be equal to 11, right? You know that your minus 3 will go to your another side and it will become plus 3. So 2x will be equal to 11 plus 3. So 2x will be equal to 11 plus 3 is nothing but 14. Here 2 and x is multiplied. So if 2 will go to other side, it will go in the form of division, right? So 14 by 2 will be equal to your 7. It means your x is equal to 7. You have to find out the value of x, right? Try to do question number second, guys. Try to do question number second and find out the value of your x. Let me write your second part, right? 4x 4x plus 6 is equal to minus 10. Try to do it, right? So yeah, your 4x, your 4x, your plus 6 will go to another side and it will become minus 6, right? Its sign will change. Minus 10, your plus 6 will go to your minus 6. And you know that minus and minus sign will add to each other and the minus sign will remain the same. So 10 and 6 will equal to 16 for x. So basically, your x will be equal to your minus 16 divided by 4. Why? Because the 4 and x are in multiple form, right? So x will be equal to what? Minus 4. Just do the third question, guys. So let me open up a bit. X plus 9 is yeah. So the third question was x plus 9 is equal to 18 minus 2x, right? So make the variable on one side and your constant to another side, right? This is the rule. That's the rule. Make variable on one side and constant to another side, right? So yeah, to x plus x to minus x plus 9. Your minus 2x will come to another side and it will become plus 2x is equal to 18, right? Guys, the 2x and x, 2x and x, these are like terms. Like terms means having variable same, right? So 2x and x, 2 and 1, right? It is generally 1x. So 2 and 1 will add to your 3x. You cannot add 9 and 2, right? Because this is constant, this is variable. Only you can add or subtract or multiply your like terms. Like terms are basically having the same variable, right? So will be equal to 3x plus 9 will be equal to 18, right? So now the plus 9 will go to another side and it will become 18 minus 9. So 3x will be equal to 18 minus 9 is nothing but 9. So x will be equal to 9 divided by 3, which is equal to 3. Right or not? I think you all have got the point. I will do the fourth question. Let's see what fourth question is. 2x plus 6 is equal to 4x plus 2. Fourth question says 2x plus 6 is equal to 4 minus 4x minus 2. What I have said that make the variable on one side. So here 4x will go to another side and it will become minus 4x. So 2x plus 6 minus 4x will be equal to minus 2, right? Like terms are having same variable. So 2x minus 4x will be equal to plus 2. 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 will be equal to minus 2, right? And your plus 6 will go to another side and it will become minus 6. So your minus 2x will be equal to minus of 8, right? So x will be equal to minus 8 divided by minus 2. So minus and minus will cancel out because of division, and 2, 8 upon 2. 8 upon 2. So you know your x will be equal to your 4. I think you all have got the point that what variable is. Here the variable x is 3. Here the variable x is 4. Which why? Because it depends on the situation. It depends on the context, right? Our next question is okay, minus x minus 1. Let's do it here. Minus x minus 1 will be equal to 221 plus 2x, right? So you have to solve for your x. Here, your plus 2x. Your plus 2x will go to another side and it will become, this is your fifth one, right? So you will write your minus x minus 1. Your plus 2x will go to another side and it will become 2x. Because you know whenever any one quantity goes to another side, its sign changes. Your plus will change to negative, your negative will change to plus, your multiplication will change to division, right? Will be equal to 221. So minus 2x and minus x will add 3x, minus 3x, minus 1 is equal to 221, right? So minus 3x, two quantities are there of negative sign, then they will just add and the sign will be your negative, right? So minus 3x will be equal to 221 plus 1. So minus 1 will go to another side, right? So minus 3x will be equal to 2, 2 and 2, right? So x will be equal to 2 divided by minus 3, which will be equal to, just divide, x will be equal to minus of 3 7 is 21 and 3 4 is 12. So x will be equal to a minus 74 in that particular case, right? Let us say your sixth question. I think you all have solved all the questions, right? Just match the answer. 15x plus 5 is equal to 0. Your question says 15 plus 5x is equal to 0, right? So make the variable on one side and your constant on other. Here your plus 15 will go to another side and it will become minus of 15, right? So x will be equal to minus of 15 divided by 5, which is equal to, just divide, it will be equal to your minus of 3. I think you all have got the point, right? Just match your answer. If you are right, that's okay. Okay. 17x minus 12. 17x minus 12 is equal to how much? 114 plus 3x. 114 plus 3x. Okay, yeah. So your plus 3x will go to another side and it will become negative. So 17x minus 3x. 114. Your minus 12 will go to another side plus 12. Just make the variables on one side and your constants on another. and by doing calculation, you can just find out the value of your variable. So 17 minus 3, 17 minus 3 will be equal to the 14x. And if you add them, then it will become 126. So x will be equal to 126 by 4. If we know the table, right, of 14, then x will be equal to a 14 and a 126. Right or not? Let us make space, right? Make space for you. Last question. Do not just see the solution, just go through the questions and try to do it, right? So 2x minus 10. Okay. Next question says 2x minus 10 is equal to 10 minus 3x. These are very basic questions, right? So, right, the first rule says just make them the variable on one side and the constant on another, right? So minus 3x will go to this side, so 2x plus 3x will be equal to variables on another side. You minus 10 will go to another side, it will become plus 10. 2x plus 3x plus 2x will be equal to 5x. 10 and 10 will become 20. So x will be equal to 20 by 5. So x is equal to 4. Right? I think guys you all have got the point. Right? First try to do all the 8 questions and then after see the solution. Right? Okay guys, so good question. A word problem basically is given to you. Try to do it. A Radha is drawing a dot rangoli. You know rangoli? I think you all have done at your home, right? In Diwali and all. So a rangoli is basically a design, a pattern, right? By joining any dots. Okay, so she is drawing a dot rangoli. I think we all have made a rangoli at our home, or you have helped your family members doing it, right? In Diwali. So yeah, a beautiful pattern of line joining dots with a chalk border. Okay, she has 9 dots in a row, right? How many dots she has? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. She has 9 dots in a row, right? How many dots will her rangoli have for our rows? Okay, so the basic point is that she has 9 dots in a row. Rows are these. Basically, your horizontal lines are rows, and your vertical lines are columns, right? So the question says that Radha has 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dots in a single row. How many dots will her rangoli have for our rows? Just tell me that if there are only 2 rows, right? How many dots will there? 9 in one row, then 9 in another row. Definitely 80. Definitely 80 if at 2 rows. If 3 rows are there, question say the question is very similar to that previous one we have done. That 1 kilometer in 1 minute, one right. So this question is much similar to that. So you have one row in one row 9 dots. In 3 rows, how much dots will be there? Just 3 into 9. Is it 27 dots or not? In 10 rows, how much dots will be there? Just 9 into 10. That is 90 dots. I think you have got the point. In a single row, 9 dots are there. In 2 rows, that will be 80. In 3 rows, that will be 27. In 10 rows, it will be 90. So the question is asking in our rows. The question is asking our row are there. R. So yeah, so in R rows, how many dots will be there? R multiplied dots in one row, and dots in one row is 9. So basically your 9R will be your answer, right or not? But the question is not completed yet. How many dots are there if there are 8 rows? If 8 rows are there, so 9 into 8, 8 times is 72, right or not? How many there? If I 10 rows, in 10 rows we have already done. In 10 rows, it will be your 9 into 10. So basically, the point is this question just want you to understand what algebra is, what is the meaning of your variable, right? So we have taken a variable r, right? So yeah, so your number of dots in r rows will be equal to your 9r. So if your r is equal to 8, just multiply 9 into 8. If r is equal to 10, just multiply 9 into 10. If r is equal to 100, suppose the question asks what how many dots will be there in 100 row, just multiply 9 into 100. That is 900. Yeah, the same question, right? The same solution. Because I think you all have got the point. So that's all from my side, right? I think you have understand what algebra is, right? We have done questions also. Just make sure that you do more and more questions from your reference book, from your NCERT one, right? Try to do as many questions as you can do, right? So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for your time. Thanks a lot.